There is a moment that happens in the parking lot outside almost every grooming salon in America, and if you have lived it, you already know what I am about to describe. The door opens, your groomer walks out, and the dog on the end of that leash is not the dog you dropped off. The coat is gone. The fluff you brushed your fingers through every night is gone. What is standing there is a smaller, thinner, oddly unfamiliar animal blinking up at you in the daylight, and something in your chest drops through the floor. You feel embarrassed. You feel judged. You feel like you failed your own dog in public. And here is what I want you to hear before we go one sentence further. That shave down was not a punishment. It was a rescue. When a coat mats down to the skin, it stops being hair and starts being a trap. It pulls at the skin with every step your dog takes. It holds moisture against the body like a wet sponge that never dries. It cuts off airflow. It hides sores, it hides ticks, and it hides infection until the day someone finally shaves it off, and the truth is sitting right there on the table. Your groomer did not take your dog's coat away from you. Your groomer took the pain away from your dog. That is the whole story. And everything shameful you have attached to it is a story you invented on the drive home. Now here is the part almost nobody tells you, and it is the reason this video exists. The shave down is not the end of the problem. The shave down is day one of a 6 to 8 week window that will decide everything about what comes next. Because a coat does not grow back the way it left. It comes back in stages, and each of those stages behaves differently, feels different under your hand, and demands something different from you. There is a quiet stretch in the middle of that regrowth, where the coat is long enough to tangle but too short for you to notice it happening. Your dog looks fine. Your dog looks adorable, and underneath that soft new fuzz, the exact same problem is quietly rebuilding itself from the skin outward, night by night, in a coat you are convinced you are staying on top of. That is how owners end up back in this same parking lot in 5 months, having the same conversation, feeling the same drop in their chest, and swearing they did everything right. The maddening part is that most of them did try. They just tried the wrong way, at the wrong depth, at the wrong stage. So let me walk you through what those 6 to 8 weeks actually look like on your dog's body, what your hands should be doing during each phase, and how this humbling moment becomes the cleanest fresh start you have ever had. Week 1 and week 2 are the easy weeks, and that is exactly what makes them dangerous. The coat is velvet. There is nothing to tangle, nothing to catch, and so the brush goes into a drawer and stays there. Your dog is comfortable for the first time in months, and everything feels solved. It is not solved. It is paused. Around week 3, the fuzz reaches half an inch, and that is the exact length where the shafts begin to lean against each other and hold. You will not see it. You will not feel it from the outside, because the surface still looks smooth and soft under your palm. The felting is starting at the base, right against the skin, in the layer your hand never reaches. This is where I think about something Dr. Becker has said for years, which is that the body tells you the truth long before the symptom shows up. The coat is no different. By the time you can see a mat, the mat has already been alive for weeks. It is not a new problem. It is an old problem finally surfacing. The work is never about reacting to what you can see. The work is about tending to what you cannot. Which brings me to the single change that saves most dogs. Stop brushing the top of your dog. Start parting your dog. Take your comb, lay it flat against the body, and lift the hair up so you can see the actual skin underneath. A stripe at a time, like turning pages in a book. That is a line brush, and it is the difference between grooming your dog and merely petting your dog with a tool in your hand. Week 3 through week 5, you are line brushing 3 times a week. 5 minutes, nothing dramatic, behind the ears, under the collar, in the armpits, the inside of the thighs, the base of the tail. Those 5 places are where every mat on earth is born, because those are the places where friction and movement never stop. Then somewhere around week 6, the coat changes character again. It gets longer, it gets denser, it starts holding shape, and suddenly your brush glides across the top and lies to you beautifully. This is the moment. This is the fork in the road where one dog goes on to have the best coat of his life, and the other dog is quietly heading straight back to the clippers, and the owner has no idea which path they are on. The difference is not the brush. The difference is not the brush. The difference is not how much you love your dog, because you already love your dog, and love has never once combed out a mat. The difference is whether your comb has touched skin in the last 72 hours. That is the whole test. Everything else in dog grooming is just decoration on top of that one habit. So let me tell you what weeks 6 through 8 should look like, because this is where the story turns around. By now your dog has an honest inch of coat, finally long enough to shape. This is when you book the first real haircut, and book it on purpose rather than waiting until something goes wrong. Tell your groomer plainly that this is a rebuild, not a rescue. Ask for a longer guard than you think you want. A ½ inch of clean, brushable coat that you can maintain is worth 10 times more than 2 inches. Beautiful coat you will lose again by Thanksgiving. Length is not love. Length is a commitment, and the commitment is measured in minutes on your living room floor, not in inches on your dog's back. From that first haircut forward, the plan is simple enough to write on a sticky note. Line brush 3 times a week for 5 minutes. Comb through completely before every bath, never after, because water welds a loose tangle into a solid mat. Book your groomer every 6 weeks, and keep the appointment even when the coat looks fine, especially when the coat looks fine. And once a week, run your hands over those 5 hot spots while your dog is half asleep beside you, and just check. That is it. That is the entire program. 10 minutes a week and a calendar reminder are what separate a dog who is comfortable in his own skin for the rest of his life from a dog who ends up back on that table because everybody meant well. Now here is the part I really want to leave you with. That shave down you were so ashamed of gave you something almost nobody gets in life. A genuine blank page. Every mat is gone. Every knot, every mistake, every skipped brushing, all of it left in a pile on the salon floor. Whatever happened before does not exist anymore. Your dog is not carrying it, and your dog has already forgiven you, because dogs do not keep ledgers. They keep company. The only thing standing between this moment and the best coat your dog has ever had is a comb, 5 minutes, and the decision to touch skin instead of surface. Not perfection. Not guilt. Not another promise made in a parking lot with your chest tight and your eyes stinging. Just a small, unglamorous habit repeated in a quiet room where nobody is watching and nobody is grading you. That is what real care has always looked like. It is not dramatic, and it never gets applause. It just shows up on Tuesday, and then again on Thursday, and slowly builds a healthy animal. So go find your comb tonight. Part the hair behind your dog's ear. Look at that clean skin, and understand that you are not recovering from anything anymore. You are starting fresh, and you know exactly what to do.